What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another brand new installment of Renegades Reviews, exclusively here as always on the Casa D18 Studios channel. I, of course, am your host, the Renegade JJ Williams, and today I'm going to be discussing on this 420, the sequel to Friday from 2000, Next Friday, starring Ice Cube, Mike Epps, Justin Pierce, John Witherspoon, Don D.C. Curry, Tiny Zeus Lister, Clifton Powell, Sticky Fingers, and so many others. What's going on, everybody? Thank you for joining me here on 420 as we continue the Friday saga. And like I said yesterday, yes, the Friday series being aligned to coincide with 420 was absolutely planned. I had to do something for 420. And what better trilogy of movies than the stoner comedies that are the Friday series? Yesterday we talked about the original Friday on my 100th episode, and here we are today to continue the story. 4 years have passed since the previous movie, and Smokey has finally entered rehab. And the word on the street is that Debo is about to break out of jail. When Craig's father, Willie, hears about this, he decides it would be best if Craig goes to live with his uncle, Elroy, and his cousin, Day Day, out in Rancho Cucamonga. Little side note, Rancho Cucamonga is where I now live. Another little side note, none of this movie was filmed in Rancho Cucamonga. It was actually filmed in Santa Clarita, where Jeff lives. Interesting little tidbit of knowledge there. Elroy just recently won the lottery, won over $1 million. But after taxes and fees, he had just enough money to buy his house in Rancho Cucamonga and a car. Day Day shows Craig around the neighborhood, around the house, and they end up bumping into Carla. And Carla lives across the street with her brothers, the Joker brothers. Joker, Lil Joker, and Baby Joker. And their dog, Chico. And Day Day warns Craig about the Joker brothers, as well as Chico. Chico is just a violent, nasty dog. And the Joker brothers, excuse the pun here, but they are no joke. They're not ones that you're going to want to mess with. So Day Day just tries to get Craig to stay as far away from them as possible. As Day Day is getting ready for work, his ex-girlfriend, Dewana, comes and begins messing with his car. Day Day leaves, and then a notice gets delivered through the mail that the house is going to be foreclosed on due to failure of paying property taxes. And if the money isn't paid by the next day, the house will be foreclosed and repossessed. Craig takes the notice down to Day Day at his job and shows it to him. But when Craig arrives, he sees that Day Day is being harassed by a customer who's trying to return a broken CD. Craig gets involved and throws the scamming customer out. Day Day then finds Dewana once again vandalizing his car, but this time she has her sister, Baby D, with her. Day Day goes out to try to confront Dewana. He's chased by Baby D. When the store owner, Pinky, shows up, he discovers that the store is locked, while Day-Day, his co-worker Roach, and Craig are all in the back, smoking weed. Craig figures that with everything that Day-Day just went through with Dawana, a little hit of the blunt will mellow him out a little bit, release some of that stress. Pinky enters the store, and the first thing he sees is Craig. Not knowing who it is, Pinky mistakes him for a robber. The two men fight, and once Craig gets the upper hand, he explains to Pinky that he isn't a robber, he's Day-Day's cousin. And Pinky goes to the back and he confirms this from Day-Day. Pinky ends up firing Day-Day and Roach, which just sucks for Roach because he didn't really do anything wrong. He was just kind of there, and he got fired as a result of everything. The guys return to Day-Day's house, and they try to plot how they're going to keep the house. And they end up seeing the Jokers carrying a hydraulic pump with what appears to be money spilling out of it into the house. And they see this and they decide that they're going to try to sneak inside the Joker's house and get the money. You know, not to condone breaking and entering or theft, but if the Jokers are the way Day-Day portrays them to be, then they kind of deserve to get punked out and messed with. So they come up with a plan. Roach gives Chico, the Joker's dog, an edible, which mellows Chico down, sedates him, puts him to sleep, while Craig sneaks into the Joker's house, while the brothers are partying downstairs with some girls. Craig locates the pump and escapes out of a window with it. When Day-Day and Roach knock on the door, all three brothers answer with their guns drawn. The brothers decide to take Roach and Day-Day hostage while they attempt to figure out what happened to their money. Willie returns to Elroy's house because he had received a phone call that Craig was in trouble. Elroy didn't call him, and the whole time, Willie has been hauling Debo unknowingly in his dog catcher truck, along with Debo's brother, Tyrone. Debo has been trying to track Craig down ever since breaking out of jail, so he could get some kind of semblance of revenge for getting knocked out in the first film and sent to prison. When Craig returns to the house and finds out that Roach and Day-Day aren't there, Craig, Willie, and Elroy deduce the fact that they are still in the Joker brothers' house. They formulate a plan, the three of them, to get the two out, while Auntie Sugar informs them that if they're not back in 10 minutes, she will call the police. The three men sneak into the Joker brothers' backyard, and Joker sends Baby Joker to go get a chainsaw from the tool shed. Baby Joker gets out there and gets knocked out by Willie. Then when Baby Joker doesn't return, Lil Joker comes out to check on things, only to get taken out by Elroy. And when Joker comes outside looking to see what happened to his brothers, notices Elroy laying on the ground, the distraction is just enough for Craig to come out and engage in the fist fight with Joker. And while Craig has Joker distracted, Elroy goes in and frees Roach and Day-Day. They try to help Craig out in his fight, but Joker gains the upper hand and is just about to shoot when Debo shows up out of nowhere and knocks Joker out. Debo then gets a hold of an assault rifle, but Chico arrives and bites Debo in the arm. The police show up and arrest Debo, Tyrone, and the three Joker brothers. Craig gives his uncle the money from the hydraulic pump so he can save the house, and Craig returns back home with his dad to Los Angeles, to the hood. I don't know what it is about this film, but I have never held Next Friday in the same regard that I hold the original Friday. Granted, a lot of times sequels have a hard time living up to the originals. There are some that live up to and even excel the original. Just this month alone, we've talked about how Back to the Future 2 lived up to the original. D2 excelled over the original. This is one of those where, in my opinion, just isn't as good as the original. I think at the end of the day, a lot of it has to do with the fact that Chris Tucker wasn't in the film and was replaced by Mike Epps. And this is no slight to Mike Epps, but I just don't find him as naturally funny as I did Chris Tucker. Day-Day and that character almost annoys me, whereas Smokey was just freaking hilarious. And I think that's what it really comes down to at the end of the day. You know, Don D.C. Curry as Elroy, I thought did a good enough job. Justin Pierce as Roach, I thought did a good job. Justin Pierce, you know, I did a little bit of research on this guy because I'd never really heard of him before. But when I saw him, he looked like somebody I had seen in something else. Nothing I had ever seen him in before when I did my background research on him. But what I did discover is that Justin Pierce died 7 months after the release of Next Friday. He committed suicide in Las Vegas at 25 years old. No idea what led him to commit suicide. You never know in situations like that. But it's just a tragedy that someone so young, just a few months after the release of this film, which was popular, don't get me wrong. I know quite a few people that love Next Friday. I personally don't. But for a movie to become so successful, and then he just tragically ended his own life after the success of it. When it comes to my ranking of Next Friday, I give it 3 stars out of 5. It does have its moments that make me laugh. I'm not going to sit here and try and say it's not funny at all. But I just don't find it as entertaining as I do the original Friday. Do you guys agree with me? Do you disagree with me? Let me know if you're watching the live stream. Let me know over here in the comments. If you're watching on demand, let me know down here in the comments. I look forward to seeing what you guys think about Next Friday. Don't forget to get out there on the social medias. Get those hashtags trending for me. Hashtag Casa D18 Studios. Hashtag Renegades Reviews. Hashtag Renegade Returns. And of course, the ever popular hashtag Shenanigans. We interrupt this episode of Renegades Reviews for an important announcement about
merchandising.
Merchandising? What's that?
Merchandising. Come, I'll show you. Merchandising, where the real money's made.
Make sure you go over to teespring.com/stores/Jeff Meacham Network for all the t-shirts you see here from the West Coast professor, Jeff Meacham himself. You can get shirts for the Jeff Meacham Network, Talk Wrestling, as well as the red and gold Meachamania shirts. And while you're there, don't forget to get your shirts of the Casa D18 Studios Brotherhood, the Dads on Wrestling shirt, the Renegade JJ Williams, Statboy Sports Bar, and the hashtag StatBoyApproved shirt. Make sure you go over to teespring.com/stores/Jeff Meacham Network and score your shirts today. Don't forget to get out there, Do what that commercial just told you. Go to teespring.com/stores/Jeff Meacham Network. Score you your official merchandise of the Jeff Meacham Network, your logo tees. You've got 3 logos to choose from: the Royal Rumble inspired design, the Back to the Future inspired design, the LA Kings inspired design. Get you your Meachamania shirts. It's starting to get warm out there. Get you your Meachamania tank tops, your Talk Wrestling shirts. Support the t-shirts of the Casa D18 Studios Brotherhood. Get you your Renegade JJ Williams t-shirt or your Renegade JJ Williams tank top, your Dad's Not Always on Wrestling shirt, hashtag Statboy approved, Statboy Sports Bar, and so much more. Tomorrow, right back here on the Casa D18 Studios channel, when I will be bringing you yet another brand new installment of Renegades Reviews. We will be closing out the Friday trilogy with 2002's Friday After Next, with Ice Cube, Mike Epps, John Witherspoon, Don D.C. Curry, all returning. Anna Maria Horsford, back once again after her absence in next Friday. Clifton Powell returns as Pinky, and we introduce Terry Crews, Cat Williams, Samore, and K.D. Aubert. You're not going to want to miss Friday After Next, right here on the Casa D18 Studios channel. Yes, I will be covering my first Christmas movie on the channel, but you know what? It's part of the trilogy. It's not much I can do about that. So make sure you tune in tomorrow for Friday After Next. All of you guys that have been watching during the premiere and have been commenting over here, thank you so much for your support. I appreciate it. All you guys that watch on demand when you guys get home from work or after Jeff is done broadcasting whatever he's doing on the Jeff Meacham Network during the day, thank you for your support. I greatly appreciate it. I appreciate each and every one of my loyal viewers. Thank you for watching. Enjoy the rest of your 420, and I will see you guys next time.